Hey everybody, welcome to Dr. T's Yoga. Another cold day, and I am still practicing indoors, even though I keep hoping that someday I'll be out by the water. So that will happen, I'm sure. Anyway, let's get started. So we'll begin today lying down. So make your way onto your back and let your knees be bent and just rest completely face up on the mat. Take a few big sighs. Just start to arrive today in practice. Allowing your mind to quiet, bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing how your body feels, how your mind feels. And right away, bringing your attention to your spine. Feeling your shoulder blades and the middle part of your back and your sacrum all resting on the ground. And noticing the lumbar spine, which is the part that curves upward in your low back, how that's not on the ground in this position. Start to take some audible breaths in and out really slowly. As we flow through practice, we'll move with the breath. If any movement feels like you are holding your breath or catching your breath, that's an indication that you need to back out of the pose a little bit. So bring your knees into your chest, hang onto your knees or your shins, and begin to roll your low spine on the mat. Continuing to take some beautiful, deep, full in and out breaths. Reverse the roll on your low spine, and then just flex the ankles, and maybe come into happy baby, so grabbing the outside of the feet and bending deeply at the knees, and the feet are up towards the ceiling. Press the low spine, the tailbone into the mat. Relax the shoulders. Gently pull on the feet with your hands and push your feet into your hands. Great. Now let the feet come down to the ground. And inhale the right foot in. Exhale, straighten out the right leg and make some circular motions with your right ankle. And then in the opposite direction. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend the knee and let the foot come down. And we'll do the other side. Inhale the left leg, knee in. Exhale, extend the left leg, pushing the heel toward the ceiling. Try to keep both the hips on the ground and make some circular motions with in each direction with the ankle. And then let the left foot knee come down. Hold both knees and rock and roll up to a seated position. And when you come up to seated, find your cushion and slip your cushion under your sitting bones so that you're sitting on the edge of the cushion. And this allows the knees to be a little bit lower than the hips and encourages the spine to be straight. Hands are down on your knees. Imagine that there's a string at the very top of the head gently extending the crown of the head upward, encouraging a beautiful straight spine here. And really just, even just sitting like this is helpful in terms of posture, because many of us are at our computers and we're always hunched over. We'll do some side bends, so right hand to the mat, inhale, left hand up, exhale to the right, turn so that the shoulders are stacked and take a look up at the left arm. Breathe in, exhale, hand down, inhale, right hand up, side bend to the right, stacking the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, opposite direction, inhale up, exhale down, one more time, inhale up, exhale down, inhale, chin up, exhale, really like tuck your belly in and let your head go down. One more time, inhale to seated cow, exhale to seated cat, and come back up. We'll do a spinal twist, so left hand to right knee, inhale up, exhale, hands can be right hand behind you, and twist the middle of the spine. Be gentle with the chin, tuck the chin in. Breathe here. Come back to center, opposite direction, inhale, spine up, exhale, twist, tucking the chin, and come back to center. Get the cushion out of your way, and we'll come into tabletop position. So hands are directly under shoulders, wrists are under shoulders, and knees are under hips. And right away come into some rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling, looking up, tailbone up, to cat, tuck to cow. Exhale, tailbone down, head down, push away with your arms to cat. 2 more rounds at your own pace with your breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take a moment in neutral position, just making sure that you keep a little bend in the elbows. Inhale the left feet behind you, and then lift the left leg so that it's in line with the hip, and extend the right arm forward. Inhale, we'll do 3 crunches. Exhale, breathe in, extend. Breathe out, crunch. Extend and crunch. Come back to center. 1 breath in and out. Let the right toes come down on the mat. Inhale the left hand forward. Lift the leg. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale, crunch. Inhale, crunch. Come back down to tabletop, and we're going to curl the back toes under and come up into our first downward facing dog. Make sure there's a micro bend in the elbow. Fingers are active. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, really extend the spine. And keep the knees bent at first. Walk out the dog. Exhaling and inhaling, completely letting the feet pedal out. When you're ready, come on to stillness here. And then come down to child's pose, so knees are wide, big toes together. Press the hips down and let the forehead melt down. crawl the fingertips up and let the armpits melt down towards the mat. Take a few really full breaths here. And then come on back up to tabletop. And we'll tuck our toes under and come back up into downward dog. Taking a moment to really look at your form, feel your form, make sure your spine is really straight. Inhale the left leg straight up behind you, bend the knee, and plant the left foot on the mat between your hands. We'll come into low lunge, so back knee comes down. Inhale, the shoulder blades come back, the hips come forward, and inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to mat, and we're going to do a half split. So wiggle your foot forward and then come up onto the front heel, and then sink the hips back as much as you can, really paying attention now to the left side, the hamstring. This is a deep stretch for the hamstring. And then bend forward again and come forward into lizard. If you like, you can stay either here, you can wiggle your foot further to the side, come onto the pinky side of the foot, and really let the hips melt forward. Maybe you come onto your forearms here into more of an extended lizard. Important to keep breathing. Feeling the hip opening, and then come back onto the foot and the hands. Get set back up into a more together position. Lift up on the back toes, and then slowly and carefully make your way up to high lunge, feeling your lower body sinking, your upper body rising up. Breathe. Exhale, hands down, and come back into downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So right leg comes up, and bend the knee, let the front foot come down, back knee rests on the ground. We'll come up into high lunge, low lunge, Inhale to low lunge. Gazes up here, big stretch in the left hip. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands back down inside the foot. Let the right foot now creep off to the side. Bring some of the weight onto the pinky side of the foot, maybe even turning the foot so that it's resting on the pinky side. And giving yourself some space here. Begin to come into lizard, maybe down onto forearms with the right side really open here. Right knee is open. And come back up. I think we did this in a different order, but no big deal. Heel toe the right foot forward so that you're on your ankle. Feeling a really big stretch here in the hamstring. So this is half split. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, lower your upper body and really try to stretch out the back of the right leg. A few breaths here. And then we'll make our way through tabletop back into downward facing dog. And then walk onto the tippy toes, let the feet come up to meet the hands. And we're going to come into ragdoll. So grasp your elbows with opposite hands. Let the feet be hips distance. Bring the weight into the balls of the feet. And let the upper body totally go. Allowing yourself to gently sway in ragdoll, and then slowly, very, very slowly and carefully in vertebrae to vertebrae, allow yourself to come back up into standing. Take a moment standing on the mat in Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Feeling the feet directly under the hips, arms are active, belly's engaged, gaze is forward. And take a few deep breaths and roll the shoulders up as you inhale and down as you exhale. A couple more times. Great. Shake it out. And we'll come into some gentle flow. I'm going to be facing in this direction. I'm hoping that works for you all. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands and step back into plank position. So in plank, you're on your toes in the back. Arms are just a tiny bend. And try to really extend the spine straight. Inhale, let the knees come down. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Take a few breaths here. We'll inhale to cobra. So elbows are together. Press into the hands, look up. Cobra. And we'll exhale to downward facing. One more time up on the tippy toes and walk yourself up to your hands. This time grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, using the strength of the arms, extend the spine straight, and then exhale, let it go over your feet. And then let go, and inhale slowly up to a stand. And come on down. And we'll do that again. I'm going to step over to the side here to see if that gives you better visibility. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, come down into plank. 3 breaths in plank. Let the knees come down. Inhale, exhale, all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, toes come under, and step back into downward facing dog. Up on the tiptoes, walk the hands toward the feet toward the hands. This time grab the ankles. Bring the weight into the balls of the feet for a deep forward fold. And as you exhale, slowly stand on up and come into a mini back bend. Exhale, hands down to heart center, and allow the hands to come to the sides. One more time in Tadasana. Okay. We're going to do another flow sequence. This time, just slight variation. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. This time, step back into down dog. Really extend the spine and dog. Inhale the right leg up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Hold here with open hips for a moment. Straighten up and let the right foot come down between the left. Let the back knee come down. We'll come up into low lunge again. Been here before. Exhale, hands down, curl the back toes under, and slowly and carefully make your way up to high lunge. Hands come down. Back into downward facing dog. Now, inhale the left leg up, bend at the knee and open up the dog. Trying to stack the hips. Breath in. Allow the left leg to come straight up behind you. Bend at the knee and come into low lunge on the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the toes under. Come up into high lunge. Exhale, hands come back down. This time, walk the 2 feet to the front of the mat. Come into a forward fold. And slowly make your way back up to standing. Arms overhead. And do a little shake it out. And we're going to come into some balance poses here. We'll start with tree. So finding a gaze point with your eyes, start to bring your weight into your left foot and open up the right hip and knee. You're welcome to have your hand or finger on a wall. Choose your gaze point, bring your weight into your left leg with a slight bend. Bring the right foot up into your thigh or your shin and come into tree. If you don't have a good balance, just don't worry, use the wall. Inhale, exhale here. Feel the tree. Inhale the arms up. Couple of breaths here. Keep your gaze point still. If you fall out of it, just come back in. One more breath in. Exhale, hands down. Now before you come out of it, take your left leg, bend it forward, extend the right leg, and then let the right leg come down. Shake it out. We'll do tree in the other side. So bringing the weight this time into the right leg, little micro bend. Maybe you use the wall, maybe you don't. Bring the left foot somewhere along the right leg, opening up the hip. Choose your gaze point, your drishti. Use the drishti. Pressing foot and thigh into each other helps here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. And we'll come out the same way. So forward with the knee, extend the leg, and then bring it down. Okay. Now come into come up to the front of the mat, and we're going to step backwards now into warrior one. So step back here, right knee is bent, left leg is straight, foot is at an angle. Take your hands to your hips and turn your hips to face the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up to warrior one. Really sink into that front leg, allowing the knee to be right over the ankle. Inhale, look up. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, we'll flip our warrior, reverse. Exhale, reverse back. Inhale back to warrior two. Feeling the energy between the two middle fingers. Right knee is open. Now bring the hands to clasp at the low back. We'll come into humble warrior. Inhale, little mini back bend. Exhale, shoulder comes into the inside of the knee. Let the head go. And if you feel like you have the shoulder mobility, your hands can come up. If not, that's okay. Come on back into warrior two. And now straighten the leg. Straighten the feet so you're facing the side. Clasp the hands behind you again, and we'll come into a mini back bend here. Inhale up. exhale. We're going to come into a deep forward fold, but make sure your stance is wide and toes are in more than ankles. So inhale up, exhale, hands come down to the mat. Take a moment to adjust your stance if you like here. If you want to experiment with getting your head closer to the mat, a couple of ways to do that. You can widen your stance and you can bring your weight into your front of your foot, which really allows your head to come down. Feel the inversion here. Come on back up. Plant your right hand. We'll do a spinal twist. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, both hands down. And heel toe the feet in a little bit. Come through goddess pose. And then stand up. And we'll do the same exact sequence on the other side. So, I have to remember which side we just did. So I think this time we step the right foot back and come into warrior one. Inhale here. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, flip the palm. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Bring the hands behind you, opposite hand on top. Inhale to a mini back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Shoulder comes inside knee. Let the head go, maybe the arms come up. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten up the leg. Wide stance again. Toes pointing in, heels pointing out, hands at the low spine. Inhale to a mini back bend. Exhale, this time hinge straight, flat back, flat back, flat back, until you're in total flat back, parallel to the floor. Pause here. A few breaths. Take your right hand and put it on your left leg, wherever it hits. Might be on the foot, the ankle, the shin, maybe it's the thigh. And now let the left hand go and inhale that left hand up for a twist. Exhale, both hands to floor. Left hand comes onto right leg. Inhale to a twist here. Exhale, both hands to floor. Heel toe the feet in a little bit. Come on up with pelvis tucked under and come right into your goddess pose. And hold goddess for a couple of breaths. Okay. Shake it out. All right, very good. So roll the shoulders, and we'll come into pigeon here. So find a place where you've got a little room. We're going to come down into down dog this time. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, the hands come down the mat. Find your downward facing dog. Breathe here. We're going to first come into three-legged dog with knees bent. So inhale, left leg up. Let the knee bend. Exhale, try to bring your left foot to the other side. Try to stack the hips here. Inhale, foot is back behind you. Bend the knee and exhale, allowing the shin to come onto the mat. Left shin is on the mat. And walk your right leg behind you. Trying to find your center here so you're not bending in either direction. Great place to use a cushion under the hip here if you have a hard time finding that central balance. So start with ankles are flexed. Inhale, weight up. Exhale, start to fold over that front thigh, maybe coming onto forearms. If you have further to go, allowing your head and upper body to completely melt down onto the mat. Letting go here with every breath, softening, allowing your body weight to melt into the mat, feeling a deep stretch in that left hip and in the front of the right groin. 2 more deep breaths here. Start to bring your upper body back up. Use your arm strength to bring you up into King Pigeon. Before you come out, swing your right leg around and bring your right foot across onto the floor next to your left thigh. You should feel a really beautiful counter stretch now on the right hip. Inhale, and we'll do a spinal twist, so fingers behind you. Exhale over your right shoulder. Come on back into center. Let the feet come into butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together. Maybe you hang on to the ankles, try to straighten the spine. See if you can roll your weight onto your front of your pelvis. And we'll come back through tabletop into downward facing again. So tabletop position. Tuck toes under, lift knees, exhale, straighten up your spine, and find your downward facing dog. We'll do pigeon again, this time with the right leg. So inhale, right leg up, bend the knee, let the hip open. Couple of breaths here. Inhale, right leg behind you. Exhale, bring the shin forward, and let the left leg extend along the mat behind you, flex at the ankle, and begin to move your weight into the center between your 2 hip points. Using any props that would be helpful. Begin to allow your weight to come forward, maybe you're on forearms here. And if you have farther to go, all the way down. We'll take about 6 slow deep breaths here in sleeping pigeon. Again, trying to soften. Something feels tight, send your breath to that spot. Allowing your hands to come back onto the mat. Straighten up into King Pigeon. Now this time, take your left leg and bring it around and plant your left foot next to your right thigh. Inhale yourself to a straight spine. Arm or elbow can be on the outside here of the knee, and inhale the left arm back and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale one more time, exhale, come back, and one more time, come into butterfly pose here. And in fact, let's come into butterfly pose towards the back of the mat, and slowly allow your upper body to roll back so that you're in supine butterfly pose or Supta Baddha Konasana. And feel your body here resting on the mat. Knees are open, palms are up. Take stock of how you feel. How is your breathing now compared to when you started practice? Allow the knees to come up. We'll come into bridge pose. So feet are on the mat, knees are bent up. Reach your hands down. Make sure you can brush your heels. And your feet are about hips width distance. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the hips high up and tuck the shoulder blades underneath, clasping the hands, using the arm strands to push down and pushing the hips even farther up, keeping the knees facing forward here. Breathe, tuck the chin, gaze is right above your belly. One more breath in, exhale, come down to the floor. Bring the knees to get into the chest and do a little roll in each direction here to release the spine. And we're going to do feet up the wall. So I'm going to just adjust this so that you can be sure to see me. So, sorry about that bad sound. So find a wall and bring yourself so that you're in a seated position with knees bent and your hips are as close to the wall as possible. And have your pillow on the mat behind you. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our weight into our hands and just allow ourselves to come onto our forearms, and then keeping the hips and the buttocks as close to the wall as possible, we're going to bring ourselves to feet up the wall position, allowing the head to rest on the cushion. Let the arms go off to the side here. This is an easy inversion, easier than handstand or headstand, but still gets your feet way above your heart. Take some slow, calming breaths here. A couple more. Really slowing down the breath. Now allow the feet to come back together, opening up the knees into butterfly pose, bringing the feet either close towards your pelvis or farther up the wall, whichever feels more comfortable for your body. And you're welcome to use your hands to gently push your knees away. If this is a comfortable pose for you, you can stay right here for Shavasana, which is what I'm going to do. If this feels at all uncomfortable, take the next moment to bring your feet back down like this and make your way into an extended supine position where you're lying down on the mat, legs extended and arms at your side, a little bit away from the body, palms up. If you want to cover yourself with a blanket or an extra layer, this is a good time to do so. And close the eyes. And start to really relax the whole body. Letting go of all control here. Feeling the air cool at the nostrils. If you don't like the feel of the cushion, you're welcome to move it out of your way and come down into Just head right on the ground. It might be more comfortable for some people. Doing a quick body scan here. If anything is tight, making a decision to relax that muscle now. Allowing the face to soften. Let the scalp melt into the mat. The eyes are soft. The jaw unhinged. Breath is effortless. Spine is heavy and fully supported. Head is directly on top of spine. Hips melt down. Arms let go. Back of the hands melting into the mat. Knowing that even in this time of uncertainty, we can always return to our breath. Use our breath to calm and center us. Shavasana is the time where our body integrates the work that we just did in yoga. It's a really important part of practice, so not a good time to skip the pose. Start to deepen the breath. Take a couple of audible sighs. One more. Allow if you're in feet up the wall position, let the knees come in, extend the legs. Whatever position you're in, take a couple of breaths to make your way into fetal position. So, lying down on your side, allowing your head to rest again on the ground. Taking a moment here to thank your body for the work it just did. Thank yourself for the effort you just put in. And taking your time, slowly make your way back up to a seated position, either sitting on the ground or propping up your sitting bones onto a cushion. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, let them melt down the spine. Hands come to heart position, eyes are still closed. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum, into the heart. Bow the head down. Maybe think about the wisdom of the heart. Inhale, head back up. This time take a breath in and bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye center, our seat of intuition. Inhale the spine up. Exhale, let it go all the way down, bringing head towards the floor. Inhale, back to seated. Open the eyes, bring the hands back to heart center. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I wish you a beautiful day